Hi, so this is my third video in one day, so sorry for all the videos. You don't have to watch them all if you don't want to, but I just had a lot of ideas today, and I got nothing else to do, so, except for look for jobs. I'm also looking for jobs right now, but, taking a little break from that. But anyway, yeah, so this one is about Akrotheocracy. So my last video was about acro-socialism, and this one, like I said, is going to be about acrotheocracy. So acrotheocracy, I think, would really, acronism supports freedom of religion, but you can also have an Akronist theocracy, because essentially it would be okay for your religion to form a government. It would just exist on a market of governments for other religions. So, like, you can live in the same country, and one can be part of a Christian theocracy, and one can be part of an Islamic theocracy, and you could be neighbors, But, yeah, so full-on acrotheocracy would be if the market of governments, every government was a religious government, and everybody chose their religion as their government. So, like, yeah, and my idea for this is sort of your churches can be this part of the sources of revenue for your government. So, I used to go to Catholic Mass when I was a kid, and we would always throw in some money in the collection basket. And that can essentially be how you fund your theocratic government, So, yeah. So, it's just, the thing is, I think for it to be Akronist, they would have to be democratic governments, so it would have to be a theocratic democracy, a democracy based on a religion, that's the thing, like, Akronists, I think we should be hard-line supporters of democracy, because essentially what we want is market democracy, so, I don't know, I suppose you could be an Akronist and be against democracy. You could have a market of dictatorships, but I wouldn't like that, and I think really acronism should be committed to democracy. So acrotheocracy would be a market of religious governments. So the state, which is made up of a market of governments, the whole state is the market of governments. So the state would not endorse any specific religion. If the state wouldn't even be a state in the way we conventionally think of it. I mean, the state could just be a collection of governments, but these governments don't have to come together and have a formal state. It's just, we call the state the market of governments. You could have a formal state where there's a market of governments, but I'll get into that in another video. The difference between, like, whether it would be a formal state or an informal state. But anyway, so the state, whether it was formal or informal, would not promote any religion, any specific religion, but within the state there would be a market of governments for different religions. So, and you can even have, like, an interfaith government, So, and I just want to say, I am personally a deist and a Taoist, or a Taoist, whatever. But both of those religions are pretty important to me, and I combine the two to form my belief. So I don't know if I would fit into any religious government because first of all, those two faiths are unpopular in the United States on their own. And second of all, combining the two in the way I do, that specific belief is even way less unpopular than just those two religions on their own, which are already unpopular religions. So, I don't know, it would be cool to see my religious ideas be its own theocracy, but I would have to start it myself probably, and I would have to attract a lot of other people, and it would be small compared to the other religious governments. But so I would probably join like an interfaith government, you know. So yeah, Akrotheocracy, essentially a market of religious governments, and we support freedom of religion because any religion can start a government in the state. So any religion can start a government in the state. So like I said in previous videos, the state is a market of governments. There's one state, and it's a market of different governments. So yeah, an Akrotheocracy would be a market of governments, and each government would be for a different religion. And it would essentially be a society that had freedom of religion, but it would also be a highly religious society, because I think when freedom of religion was introduced, it sort of gave people this idea that they have freedom to be secular too, you know. So if you're religious and you want to spread religion and you want a religious society, but you also respect other religions, you know, you should be an acrotheocrat. And I think acrotheocracy is the only form of theocracy that is acceptable to a diverse society, a society where you have many religions living together in the same country. So yeah. So anyway, that's it. Akrotheocracy. Peace.